All right. What is charismatics?
What? That's not it. Okay.
I don't know what the. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. What is charismatica? What is
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, what are charismatics? Can we ask that question first?
Sure.
All right. You're like, I don't even care at this point. All right. So, charismatics are those that believe that the Holy Spirit is still actively moving today through the gifts of the Holy Spirit that are mentioned, for example, in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, that Paul speaks about: word of wisdom, word of knowledge, discerning of spirits, faith, gifts of healing, working of miracles. And then the ones that typically get attached to the charismatic part: prophecy, tongues, interpretation of tongues. And so charismatics believe those gifts are still operating today.
And that's it. That defines charismatics?
That, to be honest with you, that really is the distinguishing point between like your kind of broader evangelical and a charismatic. Now, there is a slight difference between charismatics and Pentecostals. Okay.
Okay.
So charismatics believe in the gifts of the Holy Spirit. All right. And within in the charismatic movement, there's a couple of different streams, if you were, of the charismatic movement. One group that believes in the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And so, in other words, okay. So, in other words, so after being saved,
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Yeah. So
I can't remember exactly what that means.
So after being saved, an individual has an experience where they're baptized in the Holy Spirit. Okay, and in other words, where the Holy Spirit comes upon them.
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And so there's a stream in the charismatic world where they absolutely believe that that after salvation there's another work of grace, is what it's often referred to as.
Right, where you get Holy Spirit inside you.
Not inside you, but upon you.
Okay.
Because the Holy Spirit's already in you when you're saved.
Oh.
So the Holy Spirit's coming upon you for empowering you, okay? So it's derived from Acts 1:8. When the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you'll be endued with power, and you'll be my witnesses in Jerusalem and Judea, Samaria, to the ends of the earth.
Okay.
And so the Holy Spirit coming upon and enduing you with power. And so that is one stream that believes in this kind of second work of grace that's happening afterwards. There's another group within the charismatic world that absolutely believe the gifts of the Holy Spirit are still operating today, but that there's not like a separate, act called the baptism of the Holy Spirit. They would believe that individuals, when they are saved, are baptized with the Holy Spirit in that moment. So there's not a second work of grace. It's just all happening together. What do you give me that face for?
This seems so like there's an entire group of Christians that differ from an entire group of other Christians on one tiny little thing.
Welcome to...
And it's just
I feel like welcome to Christianity.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
But I feel like Christians do this all. I mean, we've always done this. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
But like,
all right,
we're doing a whole episode on these ones.
Yeah, like. So. But it'd be the same thing if you were like, all right, hey, we're gonna have a discussion today on Arminians. And we're talking about the different streams of Arminians, right? Like, that's a thing.
Okay, well, we can do that next time, I guess.
And so, all right.
I feel like we talked about Catholics a while back, and that was like the OGs. And now we just skip to the end where it's like they differ from everybody else. They're gonna,
yeah, okay. So
they're gonna get into heaven, but they're gonna hit the edge of the gate on the way in.
Kind of like when a kicker hits the inside.
It hits the post, but it still goes through.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I'm just imagining charismatics being launched into the, hitting all. Boom. Made it.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're talking about small little differences.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's charismatics. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So charismatics, a couple of streams of that, and there'll be others that will say there's maybe more than that, but that's just a couple of broad streams of charismatics. Okay.
Okay.
Then there's Pentecostals. All right, which often those words are used like interchangeably, but there actually are distinctives between the two.
Because of course they are.
The primary, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
And the primary distinctive is that, a Pentecostal will believe that there's a second work of grace called the baptism of the Holy Spirit, and that when you are baptized in the Holy Spirit, the evidence that you've been baptized in the Holy Spirit is speaking in tongues. Okay? That is like the evidence.
That's what Pentecostals think?
That's what Pentecostals think. And if you do not speak in tongues, you have not been baptized in the Holy Spirit.
And then the Charismatics differ on that from what?
Because the Charismatics will say tongues is an evidence. Like it's one of the evidences.
But it's not all the evidences.
But it's not the only evidence.
Your Honor.
Right. Yeah. It's not the only evidence. Where Pentecostals are like, no, it is the singular evidence that you are baptized in the Holy Spirit.
And what are the other ones
that
are charismatic things?
Yeah. So, in charismatics, so for charismatics, when they read, for example, the book of Acts and they see people being baptized in the Holy Spirit, so individuals do speak in tongues, but then individuals also prophesy, individuals praise.
And Pentecostals don't believe in prophecy.
No, they do. Just not as...
What are we doing?
Just not as like the evidence of...
Oh, so they believe it. It's just
Holy Spirit.
Not like super believe in it.
No, they believe it. It's just they believe that the baptism of the Holy Spirit, when you're baptized in the Holy Spirit, that you will speak in tongues.
Oh.
And that would be like the first gift, if you were, that you will have.
Okay, well, I'm not either of these things then, because I don't understand how to speak in tongues.
Yeah, and Charismatics will say you don't have to speak in tongues. Okay.
Okay, well, I
you
still
can,
don't want to be
you
that.
Just don't. Like, I'm staying away. All right, so yeah, and I'm a charismatic. Like,
cool.
All right, I don't label myself as a Pentecostal.
That's so good for you.
It is. I kind of like being a charismatic. And
okay.
So yeah, and so I do, and I speak in tongues, but I don't believe that you have to speak in tongues, or that everybody will speak in tongues. I don't,
Okay.
Yeah. So charismatics, Pentecostals. And really, to be honest, like the way we're talking about it, this is all 20th century until now.
Right.
Okay? Because the Pentecostal movement, the way we talk about it in America, the Pentecostal movement began... There was already some Pentecostal kind of like movements like here and there in the United States, but kind of the birthplace, if you were, of the true Pentecostal movement, the way that people kind of reference it is back to Azusa Street in California in 1906.
What?
Azusa Street?
That sounds like a demon.
Well, no, it's definitely not a demon. It's definitely not. It's just the name of the street. Okay.
This is
there's a
Azuzu. Come out, Azuzu.
I mean, okay, that's fair. That's fair. So Azusa Street is just the name of a street in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
And so there was a movement led by William Seymour, who was a pastor there, and there was signs and what miracles were happening. People were getting healed.
Mm-hmm.
People were starting to speak in tongues. So.